Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is for the gentlemen or those who identify as male or have the male body parts that need healing. So this is a healing for the male reproductive system. And basically, I've been meaning to do this for a while since I focused a little more on the female healing, being a female myself. But I've worked in a very male-dominant work environment for the past few years, and even a few years before then for a while, and then changed again. Anyhow, it's a long story. And also, my brother was never told as a child that boys don't cry. So he was able to express his emotions and he was allowed to play with dolls. I was allowed to play with cars. So, like, we weren't confined to the gender roles from a young age on, but we were allowed to develop freely. And when working with a lot of men in the last few years who come from very male dominant cultures, where they're still very much in the gender roles, I've learned that quite a few of them also feel a lot of pressure on them by being the sole provider, by having to be tough and the protector and all of that, right? So I was thinking, like, this is actually exactly the toxic male that needs to heal, like the toxic male aspect that was also forced onto people if they were in the role of a masculine, right? So basically, everyone, like men and women, were forced into gender roles and gender stereotypes in the past, and we're just all healing from that. And it's like currently very good that we're living in an age of equality, but I think sometimes when people fight for equal rights, then they forget to respect the rights of those that were in power and control before. And I think sometimes it is very hard for men to sorry, I'm actually kind of feeling the emotions now. So as an empath, I do pick up strongly on emotions. And I think there are a lot of emotions in men that had to kind of stay suppressed because of the roles they were forced into. And that's part of the healing, but also to ask for male fertility healing, right? So anyhow, before I keep going on like this, I put a whole bunch of traditionally male tools here, and I'll go into the details a little more, but I did actually find in the spiritual store a candle that represents the penis or the phallus symbol. And then I was guided to use something for the seeds. So I actually used quinoa, which is because I didn't want to use a dark seed. I wanted to use something that has a light color to represent the light, the divine. And I put them in these little glass jars and turned them upside down, see, and put some red wax around it to kind of tie it in more to represent the male anatomy, right? So yeah, they shall represent the testicles with the sperms inside, like the seeds inside. And I feel this is very important too, because this is the male center of creativity. Like seeds also represent creation, right? So, wow. Actually, I feel like there's a lot of emotions that needs to be healed in men too. Sorry, I don't usually get this emotional in a ceremony, but sometimes when I feel these energies as an empath, yeah, there's a lot. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna go on. Otherwise, I can't do the ceremony. Okay. So here we have like the traditional role of like the hunter and provider and protector with the shield. Here's a sword, an axe, a horn to represent war times. And then I have a really cool Viking knife that I totally love. Yeah, see, that's the male aspect in me coming out. Then I have a rattle that has a spear-headed design. Also to tie in with the traditionally male roles. And then my dad used to smoke a pipe for quite a few years, but this is my ceremonial pipe, right? So I added this in there. I personally don't smoke, so I put some sage in the front, and we'll see if I'm guided to actually smoke it and blow the smoke or not. But I think probably that'll happen. And the boat to represent fishing, like providing, but also like traveling more into the world, conquering, warfaring, all these kind of aspects. And then on this side, I have more the inner child, like basically like the smaller, like the more infant stage of a child, and then like bigger, playing with a ball. But also this shall at the same time represent the broad spectrum of male and female energies in every single person, right? I still have a huge hammer here, which I needed to prop up the doll, right? So, and then I want to brush off those old toxic energies that no longer serve. And I felt that the egg-shaped rattle is also very appropriate because that ties in with the role of the male, then fertilizing the female, right? So, like, I don't have a male rattle other than this one. Well, I guess that is male enough, but sort of, yeah, I'm sure you know what I mean. To represent the role of the male. Okay, so let's smudge and then we'll call in our spirit guides. Oh, and what I quickly wanted to add there as well is my dad and his two brothers were raised by, sorry, I almost burned my fingers here. My dad and his two brothers were raised by a single mom during World War II. And the boys had to do a lot of housework as well because she worked all day, right? So by the time she got home, she expected some of the house chores to be done. And that basically meant that my dad was able to do male and female things, right? So he would like fix things, but he could also cook. Like he made the most amazing birthday cake, better than my mom. Like he was the cake master of the family. And growing up in that, and he was still very masculine, very, you know, typical in many ways, but he also had this other side. And I think this is more the future of, you know, where we're all going. So yeah, I just want this to be a healing for all the toxicity, the toxic male, that was the toxic male roles that were forced onto a lot of people, and to step into the divine male. Okay, please cleanse and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, evil, and low vibrational, and flood us with massive amounts of healing light and unconditional love from the divine. And many blessings and protections. Yeah, I'm sensing there are a lot of emotions. So forgive me if sometimes my voice cracks a little bit, but it's like as an empath, I feel it very strongly. So, yeah. Okay, so let's call in our spirit guides. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light. And actually, I know my dad is there as well because he passed away 2 years ago. So he is pretty much at the forefront of my ancestors there. And dear Mother Earth, Great Spirit of the Fire, and the other three elements, air, earth, and water. Please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, banishings, and protections with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. Oh, the energy feels good. Okay. We ask for a healing of all the toxic masculine to be transmuted into divine masculine and to restore male fertility. And I know, oh, and this one I didn't actually think of earlier, but it was just kind of put into my head. Especially in recent times with more hormones in the water and food and everything, male fertility has become more of an issue, more of a problem. So this is actually very important to heal, because the female hormones have kind of taken over a little bit too much, and that has affected male fertility. Okay, so we ask that all the male attributes of protection and providing and looking after their families still remain, but in a more balanced and healthy way, that they see, that you see your partners as equals, and that couples work together as a team. I know in the past the roles were divided, but now it's more about sharing, right? So let all the toxic male from the past that was all about control be taken away and cast into the light for healing and transmutation, and be transmuted into healing light and unconditional love from the divine, and be returned to all the males and everyone who identifies as male, to the male anatomy, to the male reproductive system, as divine male. All the pressure of the system that was in place for millennia, that was unfair, and that has forced a lot of men to repress their emotions because they needed to be strong and aggressive, shall be washed away and transmuted into healing light and unconditional love from the divine, and be transmuted into assertiveness that is less aggressive but still firm, and strength that comes from inner strength, that comes from a healed inner child. So let all the inner children of all the males that are watching this ceremony, that are watching this video, now be healed. Let anything dark, evil, and low vibrational, any hurt, pain, and suffering, any anger and hate, fear of failure, fear of rejection, any jealousy, blame, guilt, and shame be washed away, taken away, and transmuted into healing light and unconditional love from the divine, and be transformed into inner strength that allows them to stand strongly in their power, but in a power that doesn't abuse, in a power that knows its strength, in a power that is connected to the divine in a power that is in oneness with the universe and all there is. That is the true power. That is the true strength. And with this, let the male reproductive system be fully and completely cleansed and freed from anything dark, evil, and low vibrational, any and all black magic, evil, witchcraft, spells, curses, hexes, parasites, and AI. Let all of that be taken away and cast into the light for healing, neutralizing, and reintegration into source energy. Let any and all damage be reversed. And let the whole male reproductive system be fully and completely healed and restored to its original healthy state. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. Yeah, this is good. I can feel the thankfulness, the gratitude of my dad and some of my male ancestors. Generally of the male spirits coming through. Thank you for your help. Oh yes, thank you. And may your heart chakras be opened. And let the feelings flood out, but in a healthy way, so that anything that you've been holding on to can be released. And you're open to true divine love and to attracting your divine partner. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let this ceremony now be finished and accept our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings. And please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us very strongly safe, shielded, and protected, and blessed. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. Okay, thank you all. Thank you so much for watching this video, for working on your own healing, and for trusting me with your ceremony. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you so much love and light, so many blessings and protections, and be well until next time. Bye.